Welcome to the Slugger Show. I'm gonna keep it real. Y'all go and read that clipping up there, man, so we can go and get it understood. What's understood don't need to be talked about, right? They definitely don't want to get this message, me to get this message out for the shadow banning and everything else that is not entertaining. Uh, One thing about me, I've never been an entertaining guy. I just like watch me do what I do. Hopefully that I enlighten you to do better. Don't hate on the person that's doing positive in this world. Join the team. Yeah, especially if you're an old cat. Ain't no need hate. Ain't no need to hate, y'all. So a little enlightenment, man, today. Uh, Let these minutes run by and then let you get your reading up on a crazy Monday. Hope everybody had a good weekend. It was a little drama down here. Fort Worth, Austin. Trying to keep our minds right. Trying to keep the mind right. Welcome, man. I ain't gonna hold you too long, but I do want to say a couple of things to y'all. Man, I know everybody been noticing what's been going on in society, and I'm sorry I ain't got the drama, shenanigans, because it's real time right now. You know, as election get ready to tighten up, people get a little bit frustrated with the living situations. But I know one thing, two things for sure. If people are using this internet to get their wealth, congratulations. Uh, get it how you live. You know, some people deserve to be heard. But if you ain't got no content and you just share everybody else's content, you need to find out what you got going on in your world. You should have been a journalist or something. But at the end of the day, man, I'm watching this crazy society that we living in. I had to bury one of my homies out the park this weekend, man, and Bobby Black. You know, he always be in memory and heart, man, for real, for real. But that also, you know, let me know and keep me focused on what I'm here for. Cause you could be here one day and gone tomorrow. A lot of people got these shenanigans like they bulletproof, like, you know, people around them, their life don't matter. You know what I'm saying? They doing it for clout. No, man, I ain't gonna do nothing for clout, man. I'm trying to really just get this message out here and let them know, or let y'all know, poverty level is up. You know, life is stressful for a lot of people, so a lot of shenanigans gonna be more felt than back in the day. A lot of people had a mouth, and you know they conversating with this new era. Back in the day, you didn't talk that much. We didn't have internet, so when you see a person, then you know express your feelings, and it always get handled right then and there. And that was the beauty of back in the day. I think not even just youngsters. I think a lot of people, the elders and all that, a lot of them letting this internet get to them. And it's sad to see that. Because I know you got loved ones, and I know you just, hey, you know, like when I see my boy Nipsey came down here, and we had a little conversation. But at the end of the day, I tell myself this, man, he was just down here 2 months just before he passed. Man, life is too goddamn short to be playing these goddamn games. And it's sad because I really don't have no laughter, because it's sad because I don't see nothing positive out there. Could this be a downer video or real life video? How do y'all want to feel it? You know what I'm saying? Because I can make it, you know, your day much better by disregarding the facts of what we actually going through in this life. You know, a lot of people that lost their jobs in the last month. Did you see them gas prices? They still high. I don't give a goddamn what Kanye West say for real, for real. I did a 11-minute broadcast just talking about, man, y'all let words. A lot of people let words get the best of them. When that's all it is words. When it's time for election, what the Republicans, well, let me say, the politicians come with words. You ain't got no money behind them, then they ain't giving a damn about you from the get-go. So at the time that I'm talking about right now, life is too goddamn short for us to just worry about what people say. That shouldn't get our attention like that. We got homelessness down here in Austin. Oh, you got it in your city too? But you ride right by them hobos. Have you ever stopped and asked them hobos how did they get in that situation? Because I know when my kids coming up, and it's crazy because my concept, my understanding with that saying I used to tell them was offset a little bit. But this was just going by what my parents told me. But I used to tell my kids coming up, I say, if you see somebody on the corner, that means they burned all the bridges. They done burned every bridge in their family. Family done gave them a chance and all that. What if they didn't have no family? What if they got out of jail and their whole family was gone? I didn't think like that. But it's too many homeless people around. And then down here in Austin is what I see. They building all these goddamn apartments. They say it's affordable. In who world? Who world? And then I'm just trying to, I'm going to get on that for a minute, but I'm just trying to see California. Don't they got a thing down there, Skid Row? I wonder how them people got on the street. How many blocks is Skid Row? They got apartments down there in California, though. They're not affordable. Is that why they coming to Texas and building all these apartments up all through Texas? Do they want to have, and give these hobos, I'm going to say it like this, give these people less fortunate than myself a reason to sit on their goddamn hands and don't just wait on the government, man. Just wait on the government, they'll save you. Huh? Is that why y'all keep them in power? Is that why y'all let Hollywood celebrities get on here acting like I don't give a god dang what they talking about? You feel me? Them days over with, man. Do y'all not see y'all out here by yourself? The only thing that really is important should be important to you is your family. Immediate family. No, for real. It ain't nothing like childhood when we was young kids and we was kicking it with our cousins and aunties and everybody was listening to, the Commodores and all that. Man, life was good, huh? But we don't even know the stress they was going through. Like these youngsters don't even know what the stress we going through. We're making it seem like we online and everything is Gucci. Damn. We live in a make-believe world. Now we okay. I believe every adult that ain't in the industry, and even when they in industry, they're not all that happy. Money don't bring happiness. It's a state of mind. And another thing I've been seeing, a lot of people, I'm not intelligent like that. I don't give a goddamn how I pronounce my words. I'm not trying to impress the masses. I'm trying to get the message out. So I got a lot of hood terminologies I might use. I'm not saying I'm a Poindexter. And if you don't understand how the world is going down fast, let me give you an example. Stand by. This down here in Texas. We're going to run it. We're going to run this. And of course, y'all done seen it. Dilemmas and drama, right? Dilemmas and drama. And like I say, Kanye West will say whatever. When he say George Bush don't care about black people, y'all like that, huh? When he say slavery was a choice, y'all like that, huh? Oh, y'all didn't like it. Because slavery basically was a choice. If you use your third eye, right? It's either you die or you be a slave. It's that easy. Because of our hearts as our culture, that's what I'm saying. Our culture is not willing to fight for nothing but the bamboozleness. We don't stand a chance, y'all. Matter of fact, it ain't even about our culture no more. Everybody feeling it. I'm talking about my culture because I had Prince say the other day, "What's up, Prince? Appreciate you sliding through." He said, "What is our culture?" Man, I've been contemplating about that for a minute, man. And I answered it. I feel like I answered it right. What is the black culture? What's the native culture? What is the culture in America for us to say we belong to something? I don't know. I guess TV is showing us it's a bunch of bull. Stock markets, that's crumbling. False hope, that ain't our culture. Yeah, I think I came up with an answer for you, Prince. Our culture is straight up family, a mother, a daddy, and the kids. That's the start of a culture. Now, if you're trying to do something without the other, you're not part of the culture. If you don't know how to pick your helpmate, you're slipping in the culture. Now, if you feel like you can do life by yourself, don't complain. Like me being a brother from another mother. If I see that you might be in problem, you having a problem, ladies, if you talking down on me, I'm not going to help you. But I ain't going to know you talking down on me. Y'all talk about me in a safe place. Niggas do the same thing. And I came across something, man. Do you know what the word sagging? Have y'all broke down sagging? I came across this information the other day. What's the definition of sagging? Just wearing your pants down low? Since we're doing educational stuff that matters, right? The culture. What is sagging? What do people say sagging? Where did that word sagging come from? I'm going to let y'all go and do that. I want y'all to put it in the comments what the word sagging, where that word sagging came from. They only say toward our culture, or you see people from the trailer park sagging. What is that, gangster? Show us something. And the only thing I'm saying with these youngsters, y'all want to be sagging. But I want you to turn that word around, spell it backwards. Get a piece of paper and spell that word sagging. Say, I'm just trying to figure out who came up with that vocabulary, since it's broken bullcrap English that we talking anyway. No, yeah, but they say that, right? You really didn't have that in there. I wasn't on PC. I wasn't on the punk block, so I didn't see too much of that. The punks went out way before general population went out. It was a different. They'll say that because nobody really understands where that root come from. But spell that word sagging backwards. That's Saggin. That's going to hit you in your face. That's why I'm saying we pay attention. When people get these channels, they ain't really talking no conversation. I'm not always talking conversation. But when I'm on point, I'm on point. I feel like people don't want me to be on point all the time. I see who pays attention. I see who wants the spotlight. I wish I had this platform for someone else. And I'm going to bring some more people on here that's going to help you get out of your debt. That's going to have a good conversation with the dialogue. Yes. You see that, man? Look, man. Look, man. And share that, man. When you see guys that's out here sagging, that's the word spelled backwards, y'all. We have a major problem in our community. It's not our culture. We're told anything and we just catch it like a phrase. We catch everything that's going on right now like it's something new up under the sun. That's been done before. It's just called a different name. My peoples told me back in the day that. When I show them the new dance, the Cabbage Patch and all that, boy, that ain't nothing but the chicken. What? Y'all just came up with a new name. How many times society gonna keep coming up with new names to throw in our culture? And we just ride with it. What you say, Google say? On Google, it says stinking weaker. What is it? Sinking weaker, declining, and going low. Imagine that dividing us. Yes. What's up, Faith? How you doing? How you doing, James? Everybody's chiming in. Say, I feel like our days are numbered, and I don't want to be a downer, but I don't have no time for me worried about what Hollywood is doing and what this rapper say. You know what I'm saying? Is all this, man. It's a distraction because I want to hear about some real stuff. It's not about our history. That's all whitewashed. Who cares? I think a lot of things, and you see how they doing this for real, for real. They bringing the Emmett Till story back. How many years they gonna keep bringing that back in a different version? How many times they got to give you a marble figure to make you feel like you're a superhero when inside you already should know this? How many times do our own people don't promote the right conversation when they got a platform? Are we part of the problem? Do we really want to help ourselves, or are we going with the wave? The hot topics. The hot topics shouldn't be what rappers are doing if they're not positive. Can a person be positive every day? I doubt it. I'm not positive every day because there's a lot of bull crap around me. I try to keep that good vibe, though. But when you see stuff like this, y'all, that make you wonder, are you blessed? Because there's a lot of other people out there that stress more than you are. You think you got problems? It's somebody out there in society got worse ones than you. They got worse ones than you. They can't get out their situation in the projects. Is it because of the lack of ability or knowledge? Or that's where they people from. They wasn't taught. So that's why soon, I'm already working it out, man. Somebody gonna get your credit right for little or nothing. Yeah, I'm gonna get them on here. How about that? If I don't know how to talk all the conversation, I'm gonna get somebody on here that very insightful about that matter. I got people on here. Eric comes through here all the time. I'm gonna put him on the platform and show what he mean he could buy houses. I think we need to start sharing them jewels. Look. The thing is, in our community, you got a lot of people with knowledge, right? But I know with me working in the corporate world, it's like the old schools used to tell me when I joined this company, they say, I can't teach you everything, youngster. You're going to take my job. Whoa. We ain't got that privilege to say that and do that. Because there's too many people ain't doing shit. Excuse my French. Yeah. But check this out, y'all. Check this out, fam. I'm going to say it like that, man. I'm going to keep it real. And I know, a lot of people that fell off the bandwagon. It's all Gucci. It's all Gucci, y'all. Because you wasn't solid from the get-go, how I look at it. We weren't going to mingle anyway in the society that we live in. Because pretty soon after January the 1st in Chicago, you already know what they doing. Huh? They testing out the purge. We got purge going on. They just haven't called it. But check this out. This is how people are living down here in Austin. You probably can't hear it, so get your chips, popcorn. Appreciate your faith. Y'all hit that subscribe button. If you just sliding through, I really didn't put that clout chasing, what they say, clickbaiting title up, because I'm not no faking. I don't fake them. I don't fake the funk, man. If you come across my channel, it's because Yahweh got it for you to wake up. And regardless of religion or pedigree or whatever you believing in, if you trying to do the right thing, man, you're going to hear some real conversation, man. Because we all synced at one time in our life. And it took a minute for us to get back on our goddamn feet. But look at these people. Hold up.
Cities across the country are struggling with homelessness. Austin, Texas is among them. 2 years ago, it decriminalized activities related to homelessness. Then this year, citizens voted to reverse that. The Texas legislature.
Hold on, y'all.
14 ago, it decriminalized activities related to homelessness. Then this year, citizens voted to reverse that. The Texas legislature also banned public camping statewide. Stephanie Sy reports.
In Until very recently, this spot under a North Austin bridge was home for Freddie Williams.
This where you were living? This is it.
Yeah, this is it.
For 2 years, the 47-year-old camped here until getting in a fight with another camper that escalated. He says he left to avoid arrest.
So this is just kind of what was left, and then people kind of rummaging through to see what they could find of value.
A former oil worker, Williams says he once had a job, a home, and a family. But his divorce led to drinking, which led to losing his job. He committed forgery, which landed him in prison. Since getting out, he says he's struggled to find work and housing and continues to struggle with drug abuse.
I felt like I had everything, I had it all figured out, had everything together, man, and then, you know, you get that monkey wrench thrown in there, man, and you figure out that you really don't know what's going on, and try to plan stuff, man, and plans never work out.
What would it look like for you to have a second chance? Would that be housing? Would that be a job? What do you need?
Both. A house and a job.
One of the country's fastest growing big cities, Austin is also one of its least affordable, with a median home price that recently hit almost $575,000. As the city has grown into a tech and culture hub, the problem of how to help the more than 2,000 unsheltered people here has divided Austin.
The most important thing in getting people shelter or house is having shelter or housing available.
Diana Gray oversees the city's efforts to address homelessness. She asked to speak remotely amidst a surge in COVID cases.
The thing that is most correlated with increase in homelessness is an increase in housing prices.
So I'm gonna say something about something, man. They passed a law to get homelessness people the right to camp, you know, live their life, man. Come across hard time, but I never understood a homeless person because I never mentally been in that mind state. You know what I'm saying? Can y'all hear me? Because I still got that clip on. I don't know if y'all be able to hear me, if that's just showing. Thumbs up if y'all can hear me. Could y'all hear me? If my picture wasn't on there, thumbs up if y'all can hear me before I pop my picture back up there. Okay, cool. Say, but like I was saying, so they passed a law down here in Austin that allowed them homeless people to stay up under there and camp, but then them people that came from, I'm gonna quote, like, and so I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna stand on it, came from another region, because they don't want no underprivileged people around them, right? They sat there and the next legislation, they voted for them to, they don't want to see them. They don't want to give them a job and clean them up and stuff like that. They want to pamper them. See, that's what the government do. It pampers society for the simple fact they don't want you to be independent thinkers. They want you to say, hey, man, I need your help, government. So then they tend to put this situation in front of you and your family. But the craziest thing is, a lot of people need help, but some people just be playing the system. What do you mean by that, slugger? Man, I've seen people at the corner, but got a, you know, they ran that segment. Over there got a nice Audi or something. Big up-to-date van. It's people gonna always play. That's what makes government know it's a goddamn game and they run games on us. High taxes. I'm trying to figure out, hey, look, I'm gonna go in that in a minute. They got all these high taxes, right? They got taxes on the groceries, taxes on the road fund, taxes on your electricity bill, water bill. Damn. I see why the Boston Tea Party just went off the chain. We tired of taxes. Taxes on the road, 130, 45, or I-10 or whatever. That's a toll road, right? We already paid for that years ago, but they tax us, right? Because they upgraded to a faster, and they already know, knowledgeable place to get around the city. They don't give us nothing free, y'all. Have y'all learned that? While these people be on these channels really worried about who shot John, man, we got a real dilemma coming across. It's been like this. It's been like this. Man, hold up. I want to see.
And so while
years ago, Austin's liberal-leaning city council effectively made it legal to camp and sleep in some public places and panhandle. It was part of an effort to stop the revolving door from the jails to the streets and to better help unsheltered residents connect with services. That move, along with COVID-19, which reduced capacity at shelters, made the city's homeless population visible to all.
Do y'all see the setup? You already know what I'm gonna talk about, but then they don't want you to talk about the real. So what they YouTube do, they police you. Matter of fact, as you know, the algorithm is not even pushing the good content of real stand-up people on YouTube. They like all the drama. They like all that bull crap. Like, I don't know, man. If this is our form of communication, and I never see y'all, some of y'all, a day in my life or your life, they don't want you to hear from me like they don't want you to hear from me. You know what I mean? Why? Let me say it like that. They don't want you to hear from me, and they don't want me to hear from y'all. So this conversation that we have on this tubing is temporary. What about tomorrow? I'm going to ask y'all this. For those who rely on this to survive, what's your skills? Can you bounce back? These people had no plans. Or if they did, everything just fell through. You know, problems in life will make you fall off mentally. Back-to-back problems. And if you didn't come from that structure, it'll make you fall off. You think this dude right here, this female right here walking in the picture, knew they was going to be living like this when they got older? No. My opinion would be, man, when I look at them, I'm like, man, they fell on some hard times. That's understandable. So as we grow up, first thing we think about, man, I ain't gonna look like this when I'm old. I'm gonna have a job. I bet they thought the same thing.
Many Austinites recoiled.
Well, the city of Austin will reinstate its homeless camping ban. Over the weekend, voters passed Proposition B.
In May, voters by a wide margin approved a measure which prohibits unsheltered people from sleeping in public, something advocates say they can't help but do. Now, Austin police can issue citations with fines as high as $500 for sleeping on the streets or even lying on a park.
I must say, you know, they twisted, right? So the latest on this will be they buy whole hotels. They're buying whole hotels to keep these people out of view. That's what they say, right? You know, a couple of years ago, they was talking about they was closing all the Walmarts for campings. What is that? Some kind of camp, internment camp, right? You don't hear too much about that. But them Walmarts are still closed down with all these cameras. We don't know if all these homeless people are going to them hotels. Because I still see a lot of people on them streets. And I'm wondering, do they force you to take stuff? Do they force you to be undocumented with the bull crap, putting stuff in your system and stuff, acting like they care? And I told y'all already, they don't never care. I hope y'all didn't think that, right? Society is ran off the ignorance of the people. That's how it's ran, and it's staying in power. How I'm looking at this is straight up wrong before it failed. You know, the peasants, you know, people that actually worked. Appreciate everybody coming in the chat. Hit that like button, subscribe, share it. Scott is in the house. Scott, I would like you to hit my DM. I would like to shoot some conversation with you off the air because I would like to bring you to this platform and tell me a little bit about that, if that would be benefit to come on the channel and just promote your buy houses, you know, cash. Tell them everything, you know, about your company. Dwayne parking and slid through. Everybody that's sliding through, I appreciate you, man. I'm humble, man. But one thing I'm trying to worry about and concern myself about, because even though I'm not going through the problems, I can sit around and watch everybody else going through the problem. Like, it's a recession right now. So if you're not feeling the recession, you one of the blessed. Because a lot of people's out there waiting for the government to give them another handout I'm going to say it like this. They're waiting for them to give a handout, but at the same time, they falling for the traps at the trap, right? Make it any means necessary because we born hustlers. We're going to go get any means necessary before we let our family starve, right? So they pushing the pressure on us, actually trying to make us make that decision. They trying to make a decision for us. If they keep on, and this is what y'all voted for though. This is who y'all voted for. I haven't seen nothing good come out of this situation. And we getting ready for another one? That's why I say for real. And this is just me. Man, I ain't gonna waste my goddamn time, y'all. Y'all haven't got the memo? They don't give us nothing through these elections. Matter of fact, you get those who sell our race out a little bit more to move up the ladder. Matter of fact, they'll sacrifice you. If you talking that rhetoric and they see people going your way, they like, who is this dude? Who is this female over here? Ain't playing games. He's serious, huh? God dang, I thought he was a tuber. Man, this dude is a realist. Yeah. And I'm going to tell them something. They already know. I'm from Texas, man. And this is how we rock it, man. I don't know how them other people that have to rap that in the lyrics and all that. This is how we rock it. So everybody that's moving down here from another realm, we ain't got too many words for you, man. You know, we see you. We see you bringing this bull crap down here. You know what I'm saying? We see you. Look at this. People laying on the street.
If violators fail to move or show up in court, they could be arrested.
What we've seen has caused trauma and has caused all sorts of unwarranted and unwanted chaos on our streets and in our city.
Amanda Rios supported Prop B. She and her husband have lived in their home in Northeast Austin for around 14 years. Because of their proximity to the highway, there have always been some homeless people nearby, but after the city stopped enforcing ordinances against public camping, she says things got much worse.
I go to the library and I see trash. I can't go to the park because there's homeless tents, there's drug needles, there's drug deals going.
So I want to ask her, she only been in that house 14 years. Where you come from? Where did you come from? What state did you come from? Because, you know, we had this hobo back in the day called Begging Benny in Austin. And everybody know he was homeless. Some people gave him some food. He always had clothes. But we didn't have all that homelessness back in the day. We was young cats. That's what churches are for. Right? Tell me if I'm wrong. Why would we have all this homelessness and we got 5 churches on one block? Can somebody answer that for me? Why is the homeless crisis in America so big and we got these mega churches? Oh, I forgot. If it's a flood on steam, you better not bring that mud in my church. Man, man. Y'all better stop letting people play with y'all. Y'all better stop letting people play with y'all. Yeah. We got all these homeless people. We got people in poverty all around America. But then we got these fashion. We used to say it ain't nothing but a fashion show, man. What they give us, turkeys on Thanksgiving or something for the community. What about the rest of the year? Oh, they give us gifts, right, for Christmas. Well, they used to give us gifts. Blue Santa, all that. But what about the rest of the year? How many parents don't have a goddamn job and how many parents want one? If you giving me everything I want, why would I want to go get a job and I can pull this and do that? For our community, yeah, they keep free turkeys to win votes. But if it's just sad because as I think about when I'm looking across this YouTube, I see a couple of channels, man, that deserve promotion. Then I see some that's shenanigans. They ain't no better than the rappers. I seen a quote today. It was just on the quote. You know how you open up YouTube and you know they pop them quotes from different channels on that, and then the quote said, "So the average person thinks the celebrities is gonna just do everything for them." Okay, well you can look at it like that, but then at the end of the day, how did you get that celebrity? Was it the average people who was promoting and bandwagon? Oh, you got with the system. You learned how to play your own people too, huh? Because you don't never want to look back when you was throwing shows in them hole-in-the-wall clubs and your people had your back. Oh, you got too much money. You too good now. Or you didn't want to go to, like if you're an NFL football player, you don't want to go to when you play Little League and you might been kicking it with your granny, she was raising you, or you got adopted by a family and they was raising you. That's the only thing you see. You don't see your community pushing you to do good. Now y'all get up there and lose y'all goddamn mind. Make TMZ rich. Give Vlad something to talk about our community, not our culture. Because our culture is a two-parent home. I'm telling you now. Prince asked that question like, do we have a culture? I thought about it. I've been thinking about it since this past weekend, but I had, burying my homie and all that, man. My mind was with it, but, I answered it right from the get-go, but then I stand on that. What's our culture? Two-parent household. What divided our culture? Section 8. The crime bill. Because half of them daddies was out there trying to support their family because what? They didn't already got in trouble when they was younger, so they had them strikes against them, and it wasn't easy to find employment. But it's a pride thing too with that. Because when I got out of my situation, I didn't give a goddamn where I worked. I know I wasn't going to just shoot straight to a good job, so I got my feet wet. Yeah. And I always been a person like that. They thought I was African. They said, damn, man, you got about 4 jobs and a main. Well, shoot, that's keeping me busy. People want to know what is the secret of staying out of trouble. Staying out the way, but in the way. I'm in the way right now because I'm conversating about the issues in our community. It's hard down here in Texas and in your region if everybody on the community is hurting. Who want to help somebody? We would love to help people, but we got to help ourselves first, right? So all them celebrities and rappers that we help push up, for that statement to be like, you want them to do everything? Nah, I don't need nobody to do everything, but I need you to enlighten me on how to do certain things. I ain't got that much pride to, man, I don't know about that. I never fished in that water before. Because at the end of the day, you have this person who ain't from my city. She been on the northeast side. And that don't even look like the northeast side type of person that used to be really on the northeast side. So they moved in. And now they complaining about the environment. I knew when they were going to start building them condos and them nice apartments, those people was going to complain. They just don't know. They clean up an area for a minute. Guess what? 5-10 years later, those who got locked up or got out of the way, they're going to come back to their community and look at it and look at a lot of opportunity. When I start seeing that stuff pop up on the east side, I said, ooh, they don't even know what they're doing. Them folks, yeah, they got it looking nice now, boy. That looks like the update projects. They don't even know yet. You think fentanyl was a drug. Now all of them around, man, it's crazy, man. People be putting themselves in these situations, not knowing the city that they moving into and the background behind that. If you don't learn nothing else from Slugger, man, always do your history. I ain't talking about what the real estate investor tell you. I'm talking about really do your history. Stop moving in these areas and you don't even know the culture. On the streets, you see the difference? Culture from the family standpoint will be a mother and daddy. Or some kind of heavy father figure in your life. Let me say that. When I'm saying dad, I'm just talking about two opposites, right? You got the balance scale. For the women, they for the little girls, they worry about conversating with their mama more, but the daddy is a disciplinarian, right? For the boys, they mama still the same being. The daddy is a disciplinarian. The young man can learn something for a stand-up man. And then I'm gonna tell you this: half of this situation we watching in society is from the weak women or them sorry individuals getting kids and don't even know how to raise them. Don't even know how to tell them about life. Oh, you thought you were gonna have a cute baby, huh? That's all you wanted? What about his mindset? Can he make it? Did y'all just bring a child in that, you wasn't the sharpest, but can the daddy or vice versa? You know he wasn't the sharpest, but can the mama? Can it be a balance to have an intelligent individual that you don't have to tell everything to? I don't know. Let's look at the homeless problem around the world. See, the thing we got over there, basically, we've been through some things. We probably was homeless. I remember I was homeless when I was growing up. Yeah. So I shook back. To say you homeless today don't mean you got to be homeless tomorrow.
Down in the middle of the day, in front of our home, we heard and saw a woman being sex trafficked. And we saw the men going in and out of her tent. And we saw her and we heard her cries. And my children's window is close to the street and they heard her.
There are laws against drug and sex trafficking, and the enforcement has no direct connection to Prop B. But Rio says criminals exploit the homeless and hide among them.
I want y'all to know one thing on my channel. They not so much shadow ban me, but some of y'all comments don't come through, right? Don't take offense to that because they don't want me to see certain comments. I don't delete no comments, in case they trolls, but it's something about what I'm talking about. They don't want us to have that dialogue or that conversation. But if we hit them like buttons, we constantly push, say for instance, my channel. Say for instance, you got a channel that you really talking about something. If you push your channel to enlighten those who need to be enlightened, you're going to find yourself falling into the same trick. Now, there's ways your channel can blow up. I just haven't done it yet. But I really don't want no trolls over here. I think that opens the door for people who, buy subscriptions or something. I don't know. I don't know what they do. This is everybody, there's 200 and something subscribers of genuine people. Probably got about 1 or 2 trolls, but I didn't block them. But they just didn't get off my page or something like that. Because this is from the heart conversations. This is not because I want y'all to like me. I just want to have a dialogue with y'all so we can grow, so we can learn from each other. Now, I be on some other people's channel. I be riding it out because that's what they have. That could be something to me doing to, ease my nerves or something. You know what I'm saying? Don't be so serious. But when I come over here in my channel, I'm serious and I have a joking side. But right now in this society that we living in, I feel like there's no way you're supposed to be laughing and goofing off every damn day. Oh, I got something for you. Y'all done heard this before. My nephew, you already know. And I'm going to probably come back to that video. This is what he say. And y'all done heard this video before. This dude, a 2-4, he had an Austin, Texas, nigga, the north side. But I'm going to leave his IG coming up. He's an upcoming artist. He got a lot of talent, man. I seen him this weekend, and I just want to shoot him out when I can because my days ain't promised. Y'all days ain't promised. So just listen to some of this conversation, and I hope y'all catch it. It's going to last about 3 minutes or less.
Say, Chad, that beat all the way with the tone. I got all these paper cuts, thumbing through these blue benches, and the trap is so lit. I just wish that you was with it. Popping pills to keep my mind right, trying to stay afloat. I'm sick of screaming R.I.P. while the These youngest claiming that they shiesty, but that shit ain't right. You will get down on your partner, maybe fuck his wife. I'm just trying to keep it solid, run up 10 in the night. Ain't trying to look over my shoulder, ain't trying to live that life. If you ain't ride with me, then it's fuck you, cause I can't trust you. If you my brother, then I love you. Straight from the gutter, different blood, had the same mother. That's called loyalty. These niggas get down on they day ones just for some royalties and still ain't get rich. What kind of shit is that? Nigga, you still in the trap, and my nigga on his back. That'll get a nigga whack. That's a pussy ass shit. Man, you a pussy ass bitch. Hold on. I got all these paper cuts, thumbing through these blue Benjis. And the trap is so lovely, I just wish that you was with me. Popping pills to keep my mind right, trying to stay afloat. I'm sick of screaming R.I.P. Why the real ones gotta go? I got all these paper cuts, thumbing through these blue Benjis. And the trap is so lovely, I just wish that you was with me. Popping pills to keep my mind right, trying to stay afloat. I'm sick of screaming R.I.P. Why the real ones gotta go?
So that's my nephew. Appreciate y'all standing by watching that, man. I be just trying to give him some promotion because it's real out here, and a lot of people don't do that. I didn't want to take too much time of y'all coming through. I just want to chime in and let you know, man, we ain't got time for the silly games. We got more drama than really, we got more drama than what they're saying. What they're saying. I ain't gonna even start talking about across seas. Them blowing up the bridge in Ukraine and all that. They talking about this world war. No, man. We got problems right here in America. Why everybody think this situation across there, over there, ain't gonna matter here. Look at the gas prices. But look how much money they sending over there for that war. We got homelessness here. They barely giving a dime. People, my people, y'all better wake up, man. Y'all better wake up. They thought y'all could bounce back with this stock market, and I heard the housing just, bubble bust. What you could have got in 2021 for your houses, $100,000 cheaper right now. Right? How you can flip your money? Everybody believes in hope. Hope that things will get better. But what if they don't, y'all? Are y'all prepping and learning skills that you really never took time, like camping or just living off the grid? I'm just saying. Have y'all got out y'all comfort zone? They talking about things that they don't even talk about all the drama in our community. We had a couple of shootings down here in Austin this weekend. All of them ain't on the phone, on the tube. We had a shooting at Bella's, that's in Pflugerville. It's shootings everywhere. But guess what they gonna take up their news time to talk about? The Dog Humane Society needing donations, right? Sports, right? Things that matter to me, it's crazy what you put your attention to and then they start mattering because you in the matrix. They give a goddamn more about dogs' life. Now, I'm a dog lover, but I'm not loving dogs more than my brother. What kind of sense that make? I don't know. I'm just spinning the wheel. I'm just chiming in, sliding through, hollering at my people, man, letting them know I'm still thinking about you and I'm thinking about better content. I got better content. How better can I get? Do I need, the professional look? Do I need that professional background look? Let me see. I need to add that. I got something I'm working on though. But I definitely want y'all to stay up, stay blessed. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And that James, that was the concept I told you. He gonna be coming through where you at. He'll be coming through. But y'all got to get that fire from up there, man. Y'all got, that shooting y'all had at that up there at that spot. They probably still wired through. It don't matter with them youngsters. They just like us. We thought we was bulletproof, until the world showed us we just a number. Do y'all know in the penitentiary you only go by your number, not your name? When they do roll call, it's just a number. You just part of the cattle. They don't care about what your name is. You just got to earn that. Only the inmates understanding what your name is. And then if you ring in bells, some of the bosses know what your name is. But everybody in the Texas penitentiary go by numbers. They look at you, who's supposed to be in there. You got to wear your badge. And they read off your number. Everything else is on you. They don't care if you ain't eating in there. Now, if you start starving yourself because you protesting, because you finally woke up and say, damn, the streets lied to me. This is hard time. And that's the only reason I come on here. I'm trying to tell these youngsters. Do you understand when you get off the streets and you get incarcerated, them dudes already got years over you? If you're not willing to die for your honor, don't go in there. Don't go in there and think you're going to stay silent. You think homelessness is something right now that you see in society. It's a lot of homeless people in there because even though their parents send them money, they ain't getting it. Now, I stand corrected. You bust a 60, you might get $10 out of your commissary. And you're going to have to learn how to hustle that. It's sad, but that's the fair game. TDC and the other penitentiaries don't have no love. So when you get out of here and you an elder like myself, and I know the situations that I was in there, and you see these young people like getting in, because I was young too, but I was built different. Our generation was built different. Versus the 60 babies was built different. You understand? Just because your uncle got locked up, and I'm jumping because I'm finna end it. Because I'm talking about homelessness in society, how people keep falling for the trap, right? So you fell for the trap because you thought you could make that quick money. You go away for about, you can get away with it for a little bit if you ain't snitching. So it's two things can happen. You can stay in the game so goddamn long and start being an informant, and people that got locked up when you was out here doing what you do, they get out and say, damn fool, you still doing it? That's going to label you a snitch. It ain't by coincidence you been getting away. It ain't. It's two tales in this life. Reality and fiction. Right? So if you're doing something so many years, you ain't never got jammed up. Once them youngsters and once them OG cats realize you ain't never took a fall, I pity you. So why do it? Go get you a job. Stop waiting on the goddamn government. Stop looking for an easy way out. That's just understood. But those who I mess with them for real. Day one individuals. Yeah, dehumanizing you. Yeah, that's all it is, man. I tell people, I told all my family members this, and we doing good. We ain't got nobody, shooting that way, right? Because the reality is, 9 times out of 10, you smoking weed on these streets. 9 times out of 10, if you get incarcerated, that was that weekend you want to be a part-time gangster. Man, it cost you some time. 9 times out of 10, you're going to go in there and people don't have nothing to live for. You got lifers. You think they put lifers on one unit? No, because what would the havoc be if everybody was on one unit locked up? Now, you got those units for that, death row. But all in all, some people got 20, 25, 50 years life. 25 with an L. It's just like, I don't know, pick it. They ain't never getting out. So killing you ain't nothing. Quote unquote, I hate to say this, no homo, but raping you ain't nothing. They will never see a woman again if they don't see them boss ladies. And if they ain't no real individual, they ain't gonna mess with the boss lady. But they'll mess with you. So youngsters, I'm gonna tell you this before I go off. Before you choose to live that life, thugging. Oh, sagging. We talked about that word sagging earlier. You turn it around. Homework, if you wasn't here to catch it. What that spell? So we talk about that culture. Do you take pride in that? Is another thing. Because when you get locked up, I bet you're going to pull your pants up real quick. You ain't going to do no tempting of nothing. I guess when you get around real men, I ain't going to say all of them are real in there, but the respect of not knowing, respect of not having your gleek, your stendo sticks, and all this old Call of Duty bull crap. It's just your heart and these. How you gonna fare out? So if you ain't about that life, you better stop acting like it on these streets and stopping everything in our communities from growing. I see them other clubs, they doing real good. Y'all ain't acting a fool in other people's clubs. But once you get a club with the expectation that is, you know, and I'm going to say it like this, black owned, you're going to do the food. You're going to be all in the parking lot pimping and doing all that shooting up in the sky or just shooting because you're scared. It's going to cost you. You already know God got a funny sense of humor. Yeah, he got a funny sense of humor. All you bad guys out there, tough actors, y'all haven't seen half of it. And I seen young kids talk more crap than the old school cat. I see it all on the YouTube. It's one thing when you talk over this page, but when you see somebody one day face to face, how you gonna act? Huh. That's a movie to watch, ain't it? Ain't no See, a lot of people don't. We will forgive, but we'll never forget, right? And that's how the world is right now. Just like James say, they dehumanize you. Matter of fact, I think YouTube dehumanizes you. Because everybody on here, quote unquote, is a bad motherfucker. Excuse my language, ladies. And guys too. But everybody got a time to shine. And everybody's just waiting on the next man downfall. Only our culture, though. I'm trying to knock off the kings and really got a conversation. Really trying to get this networking going. What's up, phone check? Long time no see, man. Where you been at, boy? I seen Dwayne Parker pop up in here, man. Y'all must be working. That's a good thing. Out the way, but in the way. So y'all be listening to me, man. Stay out the way. Everybody trying to get a name for themselves. It's too late for that, man. It's too late for names for yourself. There's a lot of consequences going to come with this life. Yeah, DP. Oh, look. Oh, man. Oh, okay. I know you didn't. I don't know the part. I don't know what the DP is, but we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out already, Scott. Yeah, Scott be jumping on here, man. Yeah, and like I say, and I never met that dude, Scott. You need to remember to go to my DM so we can really just have a dialogue and conversate, man. And I want to try to get some things working down this way. I see how you be, you know what I'm saying? You really, man, I don't know you, but you seem like a stand-up guy. It's like everybody coming here. I'm going to keep it real. Conversation over here. There ain't no cloud chasing. You just sit back and catch the vibe, man. I hope I, give you some enlightenment The Wayne Parker. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's the DP. Okay. Yeah, he be sliding through. He just slide through. A lot of y'all haven't been sliding through, but it's understandable because life is what it is. I haven't even been going on that much, but man, when I got something that's tickling my ear, I don't like that. You feel me? And then what I see over this goddamn tube, man, Texas, we got the platform right now. Texas, stand up, man. You know, we really got this internet on fire because whatever certain people like Charles the White, whatever he say, it's going. People got feelings. I heard T.I. just spoke on him. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not with the rhetoric. I'm not with that. I'm not with the disrespect. I'm not with all that, man. There's a lot of things I stand for, but everybody, you know, they put their pants on different. You feel me? But I get to the bigger picture and I understand, you know, I don't know why. I just take my life most serious. Shit. I got too much to lose. And I know it's just, you know, we all grown now. It only takes a little bit to trigger you, but you can't let conversation. But since conversation is what's ruling the nation right now, right? Like I told you, like all these super gangbangers. Come on, man. Y'all better stop. Y'all keep leading these youngsters into the wrong path and making them crash out. Thought it was cool. Now everybody got their baby school. Let me say, I'm going to call this, when people get locked up, I'm going to call it the school picture. It's the innocent person, right? Everybody looking innocent. They were just hustling, you know, shooting up the block or whatever. You got to take that lick, though. Huh? That's part of it. You didn't get that memo? You didn't get that memo? Man, you acting a fool on these goddamn streets. Yeah, you got away with it. Boy, you slid. Huh? You wait. Oh, shit. You made a video. Ooh, that boy dry snitching on himself. You'll learn a lot from a dummy. Buckle up. And I'm glad we didn't have the internet, but I doubt if we move like these youngsters now. The code to the street is don't tell nobody. But y'all so quick to get on the internet and look what I did. Yeah, they watch. Everything on YouTube is being watched. Because they try to figure out who these cats on here talking positive. Oh, we're going to shadow ban them. Oh, shoot, you got one through? Man, let's mess up the comments so he can't read everything. Just elaborate on all. They do it all, y'all. They do it all. Look, man, I tell you, man, I ain't perfect. I tell y'all that now, man. But one thing I don't do is play around, man. And they call that solid. I'm real. Man, I'm just me, man. I'm just me. I ain't got to have the jury on to tell you I'm real. When you meet me, you'll see me and you'll feel me what I'm talking about. I don't know. People say, man, it's just a strike. I go anywhere. But then when I say I go anywhere, at 49 years old, you know where not to go. You feel me? Because when you get into that situation, you know how you gonna act. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's perfect, so why tempt yourself to be dumb with a bunch of dummies? If you go to the hood on a regular, easy target. It's just certain things as you get older, you learn to stay out the way, but in the way. That concept right there, a lot of people don't know how to use that. They don't know how to use it, but it ain't for me to teach them. They got to live and learn. They got to live and learn that. Man, I think I see this video, man. What's it? I don't think this my, hold on, y'all. I don't know. Let me see.
If you're going back to school, before you submit your
Let me
essays,
turn this
run it
down.
to Grammarly to
I don't
complete.
want to. So what's been going on with y'all, man? How's life going? I know I've been rambling a little bit, man. Say phone check. James, Scott, Miss Faith. What's going on with y'all? Everybody else that's in the channel? DP. Let me see. Life is good, or life is what it is? Life is good or life is what it is. Let me go back to this and let y'all finish watching this. I'm sorry about that. Not giving y'all the whole spiel.
I know people who were in drug trafficking, they were arrested, and it started an avenue for them to get help. And so they went to jail, and because of jail, they were able to change their life around.
At Amanda's
Okay,
home,
okay.
we met Cleo Patricic, who last year co-founded Save Austin Now, a bipartisan political action committee that got Prop B on the ballot and is now suing the city to enforce it. She's a Democrat and former probation officer and says low-income communities like this one face far greater impacts from allowing homeless people to set up camp. We spoke to her in a park where an encampment had cropped up.
I'm gonna back it up. I hope I catch it. Let me see. This right here. Let's see if I can catch it. It's gonna be quick.
Far greater impacts from allowing homeless people to set up camp. We spoke to.
Y'all see that right there? Y'all see that right there, St. John Park? That's on that nigga the north side, Austin, Texas. Now, I don't know where she's from, but that north side used to be predominantly Spanish and black. Now they done put all these condos and everything else over there, and they talking about the community that we are so used to, people tending. It's crazy when they move in. They got bike lanes start popping up. They got parks for the kids, but we didn't have that growing up, though. It's amazing. But you heard the statement, regardless of what the chat talking about, but like in a simple fact, when they say Democrat, we was raised to believe only one way to place your ballot. And then you got a lot of, I see some channels. I started watching some of the channels for real. Because everything that the quote unquote, them people that had power of the house and all that, they ain't did nothing for our community. Man, why would you continue saying that just because they say they're going to give you a crumb, you going to do it again? That's bull crap. For you not to wake up and say, man, I ain't finna do that crap again, man. And you really don't want to go the other way neither. How many, as big as the world is, that's all we got is two parties. That's the only thing we got. I know we got independent. Why those two parties keep going back to back trying to mess up society? Like, I don't understand it. Like, people steady blindly, right? They get them checks, the Sambos. They get the checks and keep on selling the sound. Shoot, I don't know what happened with that land election. I think, man, that's straight up hood. That's some straight up hood stuff. I don't know how that man got more votes than Obama. That's what they tell us, though. Boy, it's a hot mess, what you can believe. But yeah, that's northeast, east side of a St. John, man. Yeah, that used to be a happening area. It still is. You feel me? But
To her in a park where an encampment had cropped up. She says the homeless themselves shouldn't have to live like this.
I felt like no one was being served by the inhumanity of the conditions that they're in. This is not California. This is Texas. We have high heat and we have frozen winters. We have had homeless individuals freeze to death, and we've also had homeless die from the heat.
She believes Prop B is about getting homeless people the help they need, even if it means possible arrest.
I'm a former probation officer. I do not believe we should be building more prisons or in prison people who have mental health and drug issues. They should be in mandatory health or drug treatment. Absolutely. The problem is if you don't have that component, the compulsory element of forcing them into that, who will receive that service?
A lot of people continue to have misconceptions about what Prop B was and what it's going to do, but there's no money or help associated with it. It's purely to criminalize people for unavoidable acts associated with extreme poverty.
Chris Harris works on the Criminal Justice Project at Texas Appleseed, an Austin-based nonprofit that focuses on issues of social, economic, and racial equity. In 2019, he pushed for decriminalization, citing a city auditor's report that said 18,000 citations were issued from 2014 to 2016 for activities related to homelessness. 90% of violators failed to show up in court, and of those, 72% were issued warrants for arrest.
While you have a warrant, you can't get an ID. Guess what you can't get when you don't have an ID? Anything. You can't get a job, you can't get housing, even some services are cut off from you. So it actually made the problem worse for a lot of folks.
He also says allowing camping on the streets led to an outpouring of resources to address the problem.
We understand now the full extent of the homelessness crisis that we face, and it's driven volunteers, donations, city investments, private investments into housing, into services in an unprecedented fashion.
Earlier this year, the city unveiled a plan to use $106 million in federal funds to dramatically increase rental assistance, build more long-term
I just want to, I'm going to stop it right there because what it seemed like,
there is still more.
I'm going to tell y'all something, y'all don't know this if y'all not from Austin. Over there for Guadalupe, they got a state hospital. And I used to drive for a bus company. And we go over there for the mental challenge people. Man, there ain't nobody in there. State hospital with nobody in it. Now, when I say nobody in it, they probably got about 30, 40, I don't know. A couple of people to make it seem like it's, you know, it's operable. But it's operating. But it's really nobody in it. I see them on the streets. I see them on the streets, y'all. So at the end of the day, when I'm seeing this, you gotta be, not all of them, but they try to put it in one, you know, everybody in the same spot, but it's a lot of mental ill people out there. Mentally ill. They're not giving them resources. They basically pacifying them. They ain't gonna get them a job. They ain't worried about the people that using them as money. This dude talking about he got one of these outreach programs and all that. Come on, man, sound good. Yeah, it's similar to jail, for real. And then they got diseases in them damn things, man. Nobody don't want to be around people. They still got, they're not that crazy. They're not that crazy. So when that, you know, all these devices that's going around, right? Who want to be, I wouldn't move next to a person that I feel like might cause me problems I can't sleep with. What kind? So these people are smart. They'd rather live out in the streets. But it's the uppity, the elite don't want to see them, huh? They midnight stroll, right? They don't want to see them or feel threatened by them. They'd rather put them all in the same hotel so they'd be around each other, right? It's almost like the projects. Put killers around killers or people in poverty around each other. But everybody ain't no killer and everybody don't want to be there. Yeah. And you know, they got that thing off of 7th Street, James, in Austin, right around the corner from the police station. And the Gateway or something like that, homeless center. You know, you got Timeless, you got another one of Cesar Chavez, soup kitchen, all that, man. It's like, that's what they choose to do, because I know one thing, two things for sure. My mindset is if I fell on some hard time, as long as I ain't on no hard drug, and I chose not to do hard drugs, because I don't want people to be looking at me like I need their help. You know what I'm saying? When you trying to kick it with your partners or your homegirls and they on that hard drug, you got to understand mentally, you're going to be right here. So that should scare you from even trying. Have y'all youngsters and old folks forgot? And then I'm going to tell you something. You might be a crackhead back in the day. Got incarcerated. Now you the biggest guy on the unit. Because now, I don't know what it is about that crack back in the day. It used to blow up them dolphins. Tell me if you hear me. It used to blow them boys up. That ain't no effort. And they become a beast in there. Then they come back out here and they start going back to their old habit. Because they got freedom. When they incarcerated, they doing real good, writing them good letters and all that. But when they come back out here, give them about 2 years, I hope they stay off of it. That's old school type stuff. So these youngsters on heavier drugs. It's like a cycle. So I say, don't even do it, man. I heard it. You know, this is just a public announcement. I heard that cocaine that back in the day they do. Now they got fentanyl in it, killing these. They say my boy Coolio. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. It's just hearsay. I don't think that is what it is. Because like I say, he just became conscious. Well, he been conscious. But he started saying a little bit too much. What they didn't want people to hear. You know? You remember a couple of months ago when I first came on, I said we allow ourselves to be followed upon the media telling us how our celebrities in our culture have passed. And we believe it. We believe all the allegations because they said it. You act like these people on your side, man. Huh? Wake up. You act like these people gonna give you the real story. They ain't told us our real history. But we want to believe everything they say about our quote unquote people, celebrities. Let me say that. A lot of y'all icons, right? I believe Coolio was a cool cat. He got me through a lot of time just jamming that one song, man. Where I see that the world is all confused. They don't know what's cooking. They say they know what's going on in the kitchen, but they don't know what's cooking. I guess I can't, what it say? I guess if they don't know it, they can't teach me. He was like, man, I guess I'm F2. A lot of people don't even understand the structure of what society is really offering them. It's a lot of knowledge out there. You just got to go get it. Because like I said at the beginning, people ain't going to just give it to you. They ain't going to network to you like that. Why is that though? They might have been used and abused before. They might have learned their lesson. I know a lot of people had business ideas and told somebody and then they went to go do it because they didn't have the funds at the time to do it. Somebody beat them to the gun. Yeah. So you have a lot of people, the trust issue. You can't trust everybody. But I think our people is more to the point of saying, and I can ask y'all this question. I know y'all ain't gonna, y'all might be 100 because, we got to keep it real over here. Do you feel safer around, quote unquote, the opposition or your people? Honestly and truthfully, do you feel more comfortable around people that look like you or people who don't know you and from a different ethnicity? It ain't gonna be no right or wrong answer because I can get with y'all conversation and how y'all feeling. Because if we were so about that violent life, like the media is really saying, and the only time you catch us in the highlights is we killing each other. So I guess we're not going nowhere. Yeah, it can work both ways. I guess we don't go nowhere all through the week. Everybody on this channel don't go nowhere all through the week. It's about the crowd of people you keep around you. It's how you present yourself. No matter what city you go to, it's danger everywhere. They had that conversation where people say, man, you need to check in when you go to certain cities. It's not so much about the cities. Like if you go to California, or like if you go to Austin, if you go to Houston, you should know somebody down there. They tell you where not to go. You see the difference? Holler at your homies when you go to their city. That's not checking in. See, the small-minded made it look like that. Like you lose brownie points and you tough. Half of them guys that didn't know nobody and just thought they could run that city, that ain't where they supposed to been at, trying to chill. Probably your homeboys if you say, hey man, I'm coming through. Where you at? That's not checking in. That's living life smart, cautious, because you already know how society is on a purge level right now. Why wouldn't you want to holler at your people when you come to the city? You understand what I'm saying? Blacks always want to, and I'm going to tell you this. Spanish folks ain't checking in, white folks ain't checking in, and guess what? They know somebody in that goddamn city. It's not considered checking in. That's why when you say checking in, they're not understanding. It's not registering. It's just the blacks that want to, like these celebrities want to make it like tough to check in. Still do what you do. Holler at your people. When people come in from other states and stuff like that for a family reunion, they're not checking in. They just hollering at their people, say, this is the day we coming through. And they people make sure everything gets copacetic. Making sure they ain't doing a family reunion in a bad part of town. You understand what I'm saying? We got too much pride to say, hey, man, I'm going to holler at my people, man. I've been working with this individual for a period of time. I'm going to holler at them. Making sure what we talking about and where we want to go is safe. Now, if you bulletproof, you're a Superman, a Wonder Woman, you can block with bullets and you ain't worried about nothing. You deserve to live life uncomfortable because you're not doing what you're supposed to do. Watch your surroundings. What the hell? I bet if Vietnam was right down the street to another state, are you going to go to Vietnam knowing that we're at war? Don't be dumb. Don't think checking in, calling one of your homeboys, because this is a network. This right here is a network. But at the end of the day, you got to watch who you network with. That's just what it is. It's the vibe, y'all. It's the vibe. Like when, man, I ain't never had no problem. Because I don't cause none. I know, man, listen. Everybody can be touched. And you should have learned that growing up when they killed the president. When they were shooting the presidents. Who you think you are? You think if you walk with a squad, entourage, you can keep talking this and you can't be touched? I will hope, and I say this, man, and I swear to God I say this. I don't want people to take offense in cases, I don't know, man. You try to say what you got to say, man, but we're so quick to judge ourselves, put our people on a, chopping block, and the politicians and everybody else do whatever they want to. You ain't mad about them gas prices, you just talk about it, but you ain't willing to go get them when you see them. You let them walk around your city, politics, all that, man. I ain't promoting no violence. But why are you so violent when somebody is just talking in your community? Have you thought about this? I want y'all to think about this. Sometimes you got to let go that silly pride. Because what is pride in our community? It'll get you killed. Or it'll get you to knock somebody else out. Because what they say. We don't do that to no other race. What's that dude, Shifty Blue? He said he ain't gonna mess with no blacks because there's penitentiary rules in effect. Bruh, I guess that's how they do it down there, man, in Texas. Them rules don't matter like that, man. The Tongo, the Texas Syndicate, Mexican Mafia, Aztecs, all that, man. Tongos from every city. They mess with brothers. I don't know what they got going on in California. That's just history of hatred. I'm going to call it what it is. So I don't even want to get all into that because y'all should see. It's a game. When they tell you to check in their city, I don't even want to go to that goddamn city. How about that? How about that? I'm smart enough to know that. Come on, man. If you can't go eat at a restaurant, what kind of life is that, man? You can't come off your block before you're in another block. What kind of life is that, man? I like the freedom I got down here in Texas. And all these other states that's trying to be affiliated, the fuck y'all doing, man? How many kids go outside and play nowadays? Why you take that from them children, man? Because half of this beef that goes on the street is over a female. Or how you made somebody feel. That's your own people, though. People need to learn how to do this. And more building. That's what our community needs. We need to network and get with the right-minded people so we can do this. You're gonna see a session I'm gonna do, man. That's in my future. And I gotta do it fast because I don't even think we'll have this internet shortly. I don't know what these people will do without the internet. They can't tell their life story, right? Or they can't show out in front of the camera. I'm gonna tell you something, and if y'all don't know this, man, let me see this. Slug I fly everywhere. Yeah, international, statewide. Nobody from another country never told me to check in. The only people I hear talking about checking in is in this business cats that haven't been anywhere. Facts. Facts, man. Facts. You know, and even when you traveling, you on the cruise boats and all that, your tour guide gonna say, don't go this far. When you get off the boat, right? That's just somebody that you network with on the cruise ship that's somewhat responsible for that area. So police is highly visible in them areas. Now, if you go beyond that point, it's on you. That's all on you. That is all on you, y'all. The life that you choose to live, if you want it to be stressful, if you want it to be controversial, that's on you. If you're giving people an obligation, let me say it like this. If you say things in this universe and you put it out there in the atmosphere, either your way or they way, don't make nobody choose like that, man. Just vibe with people until you see that you can't vibe with them no more. Because before this tubing, I was me. When I'm not on this tubing, I'm still me. That's all you can be is you. You ain't got to fake the funk for nobody. Now, I'm going to say the part I got is respect. The part I got going for myself, man, and how I live 49 years, and I be in the hood, is respect. And that, just you learn that at a young age, and that carry you a long way. People will be talking about you, and you don't even know your name came up in conversation, but when you meet somebody, oh, yeah, I heard about you. And they try to analyze and see if you any part of what they say. That's just judge. People always judge you. But my thing is, man, look. Everybody is in control of the movie, of their life, the documentary of their life. You can choose to be a crash out king, ain't never got nothing established in your life with propaganda and bull crap, or you could be about showing people and proving to yourself and your family, man. You learn. A lot of people don't know how, like the smallest thing will make you bump your head and fall off your pivot. And some people want that. So you'll be right here. So you can be that person that's right there. You see what I'm saying? Nobody want to really see you do good. They want to see you living in the camp or relying on them for funds. They want to see you discombobulated. How many people, I know about me. I know a lot of people around me is we right here. Yeah, we right here. We don't mess with no foolery. Oh, no. Because at the end of the day, when you messing with foolery, if you're a real one, you already know how that's going to turn out. You already know how this gonna turn out. So why put yourself back in that position? Like, I'm gonna say this, man, and I'm gonna let y'all go, man. What I took out of my life was this. I should have listened more. Like, listen more growing up. Because I had some stand-up people, man. I was all in the church. I was in the Cub Scouts, Boy Scouts. We all was. Everybody that turned out to be those boys, those bad dudes, was all in church at one time. But to me, I didn't see no changes in my community. I just see Wednesday my mom had me in church, Sunday she had me in church. But I didn't see our community changing. It was just us changing, right? I always been one, like, what's up with my homeboys? Why they keep living like that? Why they parents ain't taking the initiative to come to church? Like, we had a whole vacation Bible school bus my mama used to be part of. Go pick them up for the projects. That's where we came from. She started reaching back, getting some of my homegirls and stuff. Man, my mama's solid, man. For real, though. My daddy's solid, man. I just didn't listen. And that's where I learned that hard head make a soft behind. And you know, sometimes youngsters got to go through that, man. Regardless if we didn't have this internet. We had face-to-face conversations, though. But I can't be face-to-face with y'all. So this internet is a blessing. And it's a curse. Because I never gave a goddamn about talking to somebody that I really didn't know. About the rules and regulations of life and my downfalls. I really didn't. Man, you know the concepts on this, man. I ain't worried about nobody but myself. And then from myself, my family, man. Ask yourself, your upbringing, if we had YouTube, TikTok, all these other silly games they didn't find to play games with our mental. When we was coming up, would we have learned the lesson that we needed to learn to understand we don't need to bump our head when the other trap comes around? I don't think we would have been as wise. This internet is a trap. And how many youngsters got indicted over something they showed on the internet? Either they didn't give a damn, like almost what the boys in the hood. Ice Cube told us back in the day. People see what's going on in our community. Either they don't care, they don't know, don't show, or just don't give a fuck. Right? That's the messages we heard on our good, upcoming movies. All the movies wasn't bad. That one movie that Fish was in it. You know what I'm saying? Ice Cube, Boys in the Hood, man, he was telling y'all, man, he had a lot of, so you already know he wasn't with that goofy juvenile conversation, man. He had a lot of memos on there, man. We heard him back in the day, though. But just like a youngster, we think we slick it in a can of hair grease. You're going to get away with everything. There's rules to that, too. It's a season, y'all. To stay out the way. A lot of these OGs ain't telling these youngsters it's a time to stay out the way. And knowing when the block is hot. Come on, y'all. You got to help these youngsters out because a lot of them came from a family that don't have that breakdown with them. Trying to still be their friends, ain't telling them the real game. If you're going to do that, understand the consequences that come with that. Get your weight up. Because if you ever go down, everything you did on the street, it ain't going to matter if you go in there and fold when it's time to really do it. Streets is like a playground. Y'all understand? I'm going to tell y'all this. Everybody on these streets playing around. But when you get locked up, that's the yard. You can play at the playground, but don't come on the yard with it. Your heart gonna get broke real quick. If it ain't in the city or the county. When you hit TDC or whatever state you in, they penal institution. That's the yard. It's a difference, youngsters. You might have been a bad on the street because you had that blinky. And you might have a little squabble game with you. Down here in Texas, I can't speak of no other state, but down here in Texas, we wreck down here, y'all, on that yard. Man, I gotta I'ma share something with you, man. And this is I wish I could play it, but y'all gonna have to play it and get the whole concept. I'm gonna share this. Let me see. And I hope let me see, I'm gonna do it like this. All right, y'all remember JT Money? Back in the day, he an old school rapper. JT Money. And I'm gonna let y'all go, man. I got some things I gotta do to get prepared for what I got coming about. But JT Money, y'all look up Who That. Who That? JT Money. Y'all look up that song Who That. And that's just how it is for real. Y'all not getting that memo. Y'all getting about Percocets and all this and, everything else to keep you floated. Different. Look, I'm going to tell you something. And I'm not against this. I'm not with this. I understand it's recreation. Life is stressful. Back in the day, we did it. But y'all doing it different, man. They putting all kind of stuff in this weed, man. Hey, it is what it is. People talk down on smoking Reggie. But y'all need to smoke OG. Y'all need to smoke cake. Y'all need to smoke all this, right? You don't know what's in them goddamn that stuff they putting in, man. But it is what it is. You know the decision that you make when you trying to be in them streets. You're not paying attention. You're not paying attention what they got going on. You just want to be. And see, we had a thing back in the day, peer pressure. Y'all, a lot of y'all youngsters and old school cats that just jumped off the porch at 30 or something, trying to make, get your bones because everybody know you uncle. And they trying to see if you still about that life. So you might jump in a car with these youngsters and they might be on something. You don't even know what these youngsters smoking nowadays. From the time we used to, and I'm not promoting, but I lived that life. By the time you used to pop open that Swisher Sweet and put all that sticky icky in it, boy, there ain't no way you can smoke a whole one by yourself. But as you live and learn, I'm telling you, y'all need to check out that song, JT Money, free promotion right here. And all that's going to come to a head too, man. I got a good lineup coming, man. Who runs the yard? Who that? Yeah. And they going to tell you youngsters, for real, for real. No, man. People say size don't mean nothing. Boy. Man, I had a punching contest with a cat out of Houston. I forgot his name. He was swollen. I thought I had a little swole on me, right? Man, we go in the day room, man. We start popping each other in the ribs. I'm talking about all the way. Boom! The thing was, you fight like you get in shape like you're going to war. So your rib muscles, your stomach muscles, your chest, your legs, your arms, shoulders, back. I don't think y'all ain't gonna have enough time to get like that. Y'all on the streets what? Skinny as mother. Y'all skinny as hell. So if you skinny, you might as well stay out the way. If your daddy or your mama ain't got that bread to keep bailing you out, that's gonna get old too. You gonna have to go down there to the big house with the big boys. And that's square well. When you go down there with the big boys, they don't give a damn who your mama is. They trying to get you to bust a 60. Because they might have been in that 10, 15 years, their family already fell off. Family might have passed away. You bait. But you thought it was a game? You think that they cared about what your name was? Man, you have to earn your name in there. That's a whole different world. A lot of people don't even worry about what's going on in the free world. They wrecking. Now, for real though, now, it looks like they try to make the penitentiary something fun, right? You got phones in there, right? We didn't have that back in the day. We knew we was about our business. Them folks are trying to make it look like it was just another day out on the streets, but you can't move anywhere. Man, I ain't never seen no bull crap they trying to put on. How is that all on social media though? Being locked up with a cell phone. Look, they making more money off of us not understanding. Man, they just 13th Amendment, y'all. That's all that is. Because legally, you can't be a slave. Legally. Even though they didn't write the Constitution with us in mind, right? But they thought about something, that 13th Amendment. You can make somebody be in captivity with a charge. Say, man, y'all better understand they playing them games, man. They stand lame in the game and they try to play it. But I'm going to end this live, and you know how I'm going to go out with my boy Coolio. You already know. I appreciate everybody coming in. Like, subscribe. Y'all hit it. Look, if y'all see me and y'all don't have time, I'm going to tell you, I need to cheat a little bit. Since YouTube is actually shadow banning me for real, because I've been talking that spiel. If you ain't got time, just come through and hit that like and bounce. You feel me? Make sure you stay 5 seconds on it. You feel me? And just hit that like and then go on about your business. If you don't have time to get in the chat, you know, you just showing me, you know, homage. Man, y'all hit that. Salute that. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm going to do the same thing. If I see you, you'll be like, man, I'm glad I stayed solid with that individual. You already know. You stay up, y'all. Yahweh bless y'all. Y'all stay focused and out the way. It's your boy Slugger. Knock him out, boy.